Hey team, hope you're having a wonderful day. Well, welcome to our internal Wellbeing Wednesday. I'm doing a session from home today, a little bit of movement. So if you haven't exercised before, that's fine. I'm going to step you through at all different levels, whether you're a supreme athlete or whether you're a beginner or have never exercised before. Why is exercise so important? Really, really important to move our body. Our body is designed to move. Not only will it bring a whole heap of really good endorphins through our body through dopamine, adrenaline, noradrenaline through our body, which helps us feel energized for the day, gives us that energy. It also helps our internal organs function as well, our internal systems function. Not only that, it's really good for weight loss and also fat loss. Also maintaining some really good healthy muscle. Our immune system is actually based in our muscle cells. Without the continuous turnover of muscles in glutamine, we would actually die within 7 seconds, believe it or not. It's that continuous turnover of amino acids within our body. So let's get straight into this. So first, what I want you to do is just going to start with a really gentle warm up. If you've got kids like I have here, my kids are here with me. You get them involved if they'd like to be involved. No, you want to say hello? They'd like to be involved. Say hello, wave up there. If they want to be involved, that's great. If not, that's cool too. If you haven't got kids, you still be able to do a session. Maybe can you play the guitar? Can you play the guitar? Let's get rocking our hips, hands under shoulders. That's the one. Alrighty. Our next position, I'll show you what's on here. Let's get that left foot outside of the left hand, just rocking forward and back. And we're going to go for 5 on each side. If you get any soreness or pain doing any of these sorts of things, just back off, don't move as far, or go to a position where you have no pain. If you do have pain in any of these joints, I would highly recommend you getting in touch with your doctor or a physio. A lot of telehealth that's still available. Okay, let's go to the other side. We're rocking forward and back. We're going to go for 5 or 10 on each side. Okay, we're going to go for around about 5 minutes on our warm up. Our section's going to be around 5 to 10 minutes. And then, 15 to 20. If you do 10, that's just as good. Forward and back, forward and back. Keep working. Alrighty. Next position, we're just going to go in for a rotate. Hand up, we're going for 10 either side. As you rotate, you're going to twist through the lower back. So if you've got any lower back challenges, just don't twist as far. Good. And then at your other side. 5 to 10 on that side as well. If you've got a timer, what I want you to do is just go away, go grab your timer now. Make sure you've also got a water bottle and a towel. And if you've got a mat, fantastic. If you haven't got a mat, that's fine. But just so you've got a bit of grip and something to push up on. And our knees are going to be resting on the ground. So if you want to grab a couple of pillows or something to put, or a couple of towels to put underneath your knees, that can really help as well. Okay team, so now we want to set our timer. So if you've got a timer with you, I've got one on my watch here. So I want you to set it for around either or. Either you could do 15 minutes or you can do 20 minutes, however you're feeling. You can even do 10 minutes if you'd like. Suggest if you haven't been doing a lot of exercise, I'll probably start with 10 minutes. I'm going to give you a lot of different stages of these different movement patterns. So if you haven't done a lot of movement before, you can just start with the base level and then work your way through as you start to feel better and better, or as you start to move more and more. If you are a little bit more advanced, I'm going to give you some advanced movements as well. So, okay, you go do another wee. Thank you, mate. On the toilet, where you go. Okay, so let's set our timers now. So if you've got a timer, go set it. If you want to follow me here, I'm going to go for 10 minutes. You need to pause the video at any time. Please feel free. Then we'll do a little bit of a cool down and a little bit of breathing at the end. So feel free to stop, move forward, move back, whatever you need to do. Okay, starting now. Our first one is our push-up. Now our first movement is from our We've got our hands under our shoulders and our knees underneath our hips. This is the first stage. We're coming down, getting our nose to the ground and then back up. Nose to the ground and then back up. Okay, if that's too much, just come halfway and back up. Next position is we're moving our knees back, and we want to have one line from our shoulders all the way through to our knees. Coming down to the ground and then up. Again, if it's a little bit too hard, just come halfway and then back up. Final position is up on our toes, coming down for a full push up and then back up. 2, 3, 4, 5. If you can breathe in on the way up and out on the way down, that's the pattern I like. If you prefer a different pattern, go for it. Our next one we got is a glute bridge. So I'm going to show you this very carefully. First stage, 2 feet on the ground. Heels off the ground, toes off the ground, heels on the ground, tucking our pelvis forward, and then squeezing up and then back down. And we've just got 5. There's 5 exercises, and then there's 5 reps on each. Simple to easy to understand. Foot up. If it's 2 feet on the ground and too easy for you, 1 foot up, going through 1 foot. Now I want you to do 5 on each side if this is the level you're at. Try and get it so your hips are in line. So shoulders, hips and knees all in a line, toes off the ground. 5 on each side on that one. Okay, our next one is our plank position, down and then back up, down and then back up. Okay, next position, knees further back, down, back up, down, back up. Okay, full position, up onto our toes, down, back up, down, back up. 5, all up. Next one is on our lunge. First position, we're just going to go halfway back, half lunge. 5 on 1 foot, and then changed to the other side. 5 on the other foot. If you're going a full range, soft kiss on the ground and back up. 5 on 1 foot, 5 on the other. If that's too easy for you, we're going to go from the ground up and explode. Up and explode. 5 on each side. Try not to lose your balance. 5 on each side. Our last one is a mountain climber. So from here, hands under shoulders again, knees under hips. We're going 1 foot up or as high as you can, other foot up. If you can't get that foot right up, that's fine. Just come out and touch on the side, touch on the side, touch on the side. Next position, hips forward again, foot up, foot up, foot up. Again, 5 each side. Last position, up on our toes. We can step through. If you're feeling super strong, you can bound through that position. Okay. Alrighty team, let's get into a stretch. That's been around about 5 minutes for me to explain all of that. So you'll probably get through another round if you're just doing the basic level. So roughly around about 2 rounds, and that's in 10 minutes. If you want to go for around about 20 minutes, I'd suggest 20 minutes would be as much as what you'd need. 10 minutes would suffice though. So let's go into a little bit of a cool down. Now when we cool down, we can use some static stretches, which is really, really good for our mobility, especially after we've worked out, we've got some blood flow, we've got those endorphins flowing, all the blood has gone from our belly out into our extremities. We're feeling really good. Our body's got plenty of blood, plenty of oxygen through it. Let's go for a stretch. So up against the wall, getting that heel on the ground, hold for 5 seconds, change sides. If you can nose breathe, just breathing in and out your nose when we're doing our stretching here, that'll be really good for recovery. Let's go into our neck, actually stay up, go for a quad stretch, pull in behind. Breathing through our nose helps us tap into our parasympathetic nervous system, which is really good for that rest and digest state that we want to be in when we're in recovery. Other side, pushing those hips forward. Because that nose breathing really does fill up our diaphragm and helps us oxygenate the body, and also calms us down. Scientifically proven for us to tap into that parasympathetic nervous system. We've got two nervous systems in the body. Chest up, we're going to go for a hamstring stretch now, keeping that knee slightly bent, toe up, chest up, lean forward. So we've got two systems in the body. We've got a sympathetic nervous system and a parasympathetic nervous system. Let's go to the other side. The parasympathetic nervous system, if you can imagine, it's that sort of chilled out state, that sort of zen state when we're nice and calm. The sympathetic nervous system is from the amygdala, which is that fight, flight, freeze, or faint. And that's what Josie explained at our conference at the end of last year, the mechanics of the brain and how that works. So nose breathing will help us tap into the parasympathetic, which can give us really good foresight and help us be able to vision our future. When we're breathing short and shallow, when we're panicking, we're in a sympathetic nervous system, which is that fight, flight, freeze, or faint. I'm going to do a glute stretch now, so both feet out in front. Let's move our left foot into our quad and into our groin. Let's move that right foot back around, chest up nice and tall, then leaning forward. Good, nice deep breath in and out. Again, nice deep breath in and out. Yeah? All right, you go. Sorry guys, just talking to my son there. All right, let's go to the side. Knee in, other foot around, chest up, and lean forward. Let's make sure we've got plenty of water with us. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water throughout the day. You'd be surprised of how much you sweat throughout that session. Chest up, let's lean forward. All right, let's go for a little bit of upper body now. So, if we can, let's sit on our knees, hands underneath our shoulders again. Let's take our left hand, put it in front of the right hand, and sit back, and you should feel this stretching out your lats. Nice deep breath in and out. Get a nice deep breath in and out. Go to the side. Hand across, sit right back in with a deep breath in and out. Get a nice deep breath in and out. Alright, just go for this chest stretch. Let's get our hands and just lock them in behind. And all we're doing is trying to push those hands back as far as we can, keeping our chest up. We don't want to be sinking forward. We want to keep our chest right up, squeeze those hands back. Deep breath in and out. Another way you can do is hand against the wall. And we're just turning that body. You might feel this through the bicep. You don't want any pins and needles or tingling. Just back off with the hand, open up and out. Go to the side, open up the chest, nice deep breath in and out. Get a nice deep breath in and out. Awesome team, so we're going to do a bit of breathing now. So just find a comfortable position. I generally like to have my feet resting up on something, just to let that blood flow back towards the body and just loosen off those hip flexors. But if you can, you're up against the wall. My wife would probably kill me if I put my feet up on the curtains. Up against the wall, nice and relaxed. Then we're just laying back. I just want you to become aware of your breath. Just find where you're breathing at the moment. Maybe you're breathing through the chest. Maybe you're breathing through the belly. No need to judge it. Just let it be where it is. Just notice it. There's our 10-minute timer. So what I want you to do now is I want you to gently close your eyes. Just really relax. You can just let those hands go beside you. And I want you to really try and breathe in through the belly. Now we're breathing just in through the nose and out through the nose. And really draw it deep down into the belly.
Where's Mummy, Daddy?
Mummy's just out with her friends. And out. Deep breath in.
No, Mommy.
And down.
Mommy going to her house today.
Yeah, she's with Emma. Deep breath in.
Nothing not going to live her friends. She miss at Emma's house.
Yeah. Deep breath in. And down. Deep breath in. And down. I want you to do this now. We're going to breathe in for 4. And we're going to breathe out for 7. So let's breathe all the way out, out, a little bit out of your lungs, out of your chest, out of your belly. Deep breath in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, in, 2, 3, 4, out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep that breathing routine. If you want to count quietly in your mind, feel free. Or if you feel as though it's easier just to breathe out for double the length of your breath in. Continue that breathing routine, that pattern. Breathing in, really filling up that belly. Filling up that belly and slowing out. And just see how slow you can breathe out from it. Really control it. Now with that routine, if you can continue that for another 2 minutes, you'll find that you've really tapped into that rest and digest state. If you want to finish here, finish here. I want you, before we go, I just want you to think of something that you're really grateful for. It could be one thing, it could be family, it could be friends, it could be that you got the opportunity to do this amazing session. Could be the opportunity that you actually had some time to yourself. I'm really grateful that we currently have a roof over our head, clothes on our back, there's fresh oxygen. Just sit with that gratitude. I'm really grateful. And what I like to do is think about your heart, the amazing organ that sits in your chest, beats, without you even having to think or to do anything. It just does what it does. It's an absolute miracle. It also produces a lot of love.
Daddy, where's Mommy?
So team, let's finish
Mommy,
the there.
Dad.
And come to the seated position. Just take a couple of breaths here. Just get yourself in a nice state. If you want to stay in that position, keep breathing for a little bit longer. Feel free. If not, well done. Great session. And I look forward to seeing you all really soon. Have an amazing day. Over and out. Woohoo!